Hi, welcome back to the channel. The Mind Expands and Ideas Shakir. I would like to continue to talk about my adventures in New York City. But this time we'll talk about the economy. I gave you a little bit last time, but we'll go into a little clear view of the economy and the mentality of New York City. But this is the second video of New York City. Talk to a bit. Okay. When I last time I talked about, I talked a little bit about the vacancies dealing with between Brooklyn and Manhattan. Talk about the vacancies. Yes, and there was a lot of spaces. Like your merchants were there in shops, but there was also a lot of vacancies. A lot of vacancies dealing with that. There's a lot of vacancies in the buildings and office towers, which it's filled up, but it's not filled up. It's not filled to the capacity, but it's still filled. There's still something there. They're getting something, but it's not filled to the capacity of what it is. It's not filled to the capacity. It's not filled to the capacity of what it is. Right then and there. Okay, when I was riding the train, when I was riding the bus, when I hopped on the subway and it took us into Manhattan, and we was on the street called Fulton Street, and the avenue is Malcolm X Avenue or Malcolm X Boulevard. Malcolm X Avenue, one of them. And and just along that area set, like we had three shops, or yeah, like something was there. Like you had your marketplace here, two marketplace, or rather two vendors there, two vendors selling there, but something was not there. Obviously, well, when I looked at it, a Boost Mobile center was there, but that's no longer there. They moved out. And then venture across Brooklyn. Yeah. Brooklyn, Manhattan. Yes, a lot of buildings, a lot of vacancies in the buildings. A lot of a lot of it. A lot of it. A lot of vacancies in the building. A lot of vacancies. People are there, but there's also some people not there, and it's empty. And of course, ah, and okay, we talk about, and in one of my settings, one of the days, went inside the courtroom, went inside the New York City courts. You go inside the New York City courts, it was like no other. Um, with all the security, walk walk through a metal detector, security pat down, whatever. Get to it. But surprisingly simple. Television, the the television in the movies, it's actually the same. And there's one thing on there that struck me, and it's on the dollar. This in God we trust. In God we trust. Which wait, or rather, in God we so we trust in God. Trust in God in what? It says it right there. And then in Arabic or Quranic, in Arabic is one word, taqwa. Taqwa is your sort of trust. But man, but that was another part. and then afterwards, and again in New York City, the mentality of New York City, especially dealing with the people, New York City has a hustler mentality. The hustler's mentality is in New York City, or rather in Charlotte. The hustler mentality is in any city, but particularly since we're talking about New York City and my ventures in New York City, the hustle mentality is in New York City. Oh my goodness. That alone said everybody is on that. Is on that hustler mentality. Just got the hustler mentality, got the hustler mentality. That, but the hustle mentality goes beyond New York City. You could have the hustle mentality right here in this city, Worcester. You could have the hustle mentality in Seattle, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, LA, California, Miami. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, but this city right here, people in this city, they got that hustler mentality. It's always a hustle, it's always a grind. So that's just that that's probably that's just the grind. Like the hustle and the grind. We gotta grind, we gotta do this. But this has been, and despite this, like the many rappers, Jay-Z, Nas, Busta Rhymes, P. Diddy, Notorious B.I.G., every New York Wu-Tang Clan, they're talking about this city right here. These artists are talking about this city right here, and the mentality of this living. Of course, they was talking about a different time, but they're still talking about the same city. So that's this. And we actually I learned a bit about it through them all. Wu-Tang Clan, all of them. Where it showed, I know more about this city from them just by hearing them and say, okay, let's go to that city. And alhamdulillah, everybody love me. And finally, but that's really setting. But all that is, it does really grow on you, where you always have to be on. Like there's no time. Like just comes on you. Like the hustle mentality. The hustle mentality, that grind. It's tough. And inshallah, like it'll be, unfortunately, like yes, I have a grind. I'm grinding, but it's a different grind from there, from any city. It's, I don't know. My life would be different if I was living in New York. If I lived in New York City versus here, it'd be very different. But alhamdulillah, what belong to me, alhamdulillah, I don't have to worry about it that. But that's just my talk on New York City and my adventures. But that's just my talk on New York City and my adventures. My talk and my thoughts on what I saw. See you next time.